called out on this because I called Donald Trump a wannabe dictator? It's because he is. It's because he is. Oh. The governor's being mean, and the governor's speaking out on that. Well, maybe it's time for us to be a little meaner. Maybe it's time for us to be a little more fierce. Because we have to ferociously push back on this. And again, I'll speak to my teacher colleagues in here. The thing that bothers a teacher more than anything is to watch a bully, to watch this bully and to stop it. And when it's a child, you talk to them and you tell them why bullying's wrong. But when it's adult like Donald Trump, you bully the shit out of him back. You push back. You make sure they know it's not there.
Vice presidential candidate Tim Walz has shared his words of wisdom. That's one way of putting it, because he can't seem to come up with anything original. So he, of course, rehashes this narrative that, of course, Trump is a dictator and tells his audience that they should step up and bully the S out of him.
Called out on this because I called Donald Trump a wannabe dictator. It's because he is. It's because he is. Oh. The governor's being mean, and the governor's speaking out on that. Well, maybe it's time for us to be a little meaner. Maybe it's time for us to be a little more fierce. You bully the shit out of him back. You push back. You make sure they know it's not there.
Caitlin, I can't even watch him. You know, I thought he was bad during the election campaign. It appears he's maybe even getting worse. But, you know, his kind of message now that the Democrat Party should be getting meaner. They're struggling so much at the moment. Is that going to help them?
It's not going to help them. They're struggling. They have no message. They have no real leader. They actually have nothing. So they're resorting to the message of bullying. Bullying because they cannot argue against a factual debate. Bullying because they have no leader. They have no message. They have nothing to run on. The Democratic Party is so lost right now. But my question for Tampon Timmy over there is, what men is he actually encouraging to go out and be mean to Donald Trump and bully Donald Trump? Because I'm pretty sure Donald Trump won in droves when it came to young men, millennial men, older men, alpha men. So if he's speaking to the beta males, I don't know how strong they're going to be at going to bully someone like Donald Trump and the truth. So I wish them luck there.
Yeah, good luck to them. Now,
virtually every single person that has come to testify for this committee, have you seen, witnessed, participated in a room?
But looking at the Democrats, their strategy is still all over the place. In your opinion, who should be the leader?
Oh, goodness. A ham sandwich at this point. Look, I don't even want to even go that route because I would hate to say that, hey, this would be the good person. But I would say if I was to put a name out there that has some resemblance of sanity, it would certainly be the sportscaster gentleman, the African-American gentleman, Stephen Austin, I think his name is, who does ESPN Sports. At least he's able to understand that the Democrat Party has a major issue. And the problem is that they're too extreme and they're too radical, and they don't adhere to the Constitution. They don't believe in our founding principles and values. And so when you put all that together, who do they have? I mean, they're going to have Bernie Sanders? I don't think that's going to work, right? So I don't think he's going to be there. Honestly, I don't even think Josh Shapiro, because sadly, I think the party is too anti-Semitic to even put someone up who is Jewish. So who else could it be? I don't think it's going to be Gruesome Newsom or Gavin Newsom. I like to call him the Ted Bundy of politicians. He's very suave and smooth and well-dressed. But, I just don't see that they have anyone really right now on the bench. And I guess that's good for Republicans.
Yeah, look, I agree with that assessment. Let's talk about the tariffs. The tariff deadline is looming, and Reuters is reporting today that the Trump administration wants countries to put their best offer forward by Wednesday, as officials want to accelerate talks with multiple partners ahead of the tariff deadline. Now, Trump has also posted today, if other countries are allowed to use tariffs and we're not allowed to counter, our country doesn't have a chance of economic survival. So what are you expecting that we'll see by Wednesday?
Well, I think that we're going to see a whole bunch of countries come forward and work out some trade negotiation deals. But let's take this a little bit further. The Supreme Court is going to do the right thing here because the president, through the executive authority vested in him, has the right to negotiate trade deals. So I don't care what this international trade organization, this little, powerless little thing in New York City that jumped in and tried to stop him. Of course, that was immediately stayed when it was appealed, the decision. But in the long run, remember this, the president has multiple opportunities and tools at his disposal in order to facilitate trade negotiations. So I'm not worried about it. I think that he's going to be able to pull this off, and he'll be able to have as many trade or deals as he would like.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm pretty confident that we're going to be seeing countries absolutely putting their best offer forward and presenting a pretty good offer for Donald Trump, but we will see. I want to finally speak to you about, we did speak about the media in the United States, but it seems like there's still a bit of fake news around. The Washington Post has a piece out this week with the headline, "The Mysterious Drop in Fentanyl Seizures on the US-Mexico Border." I mean, is anyone going to tell them? Who's going to tell them what and who's behind this mysterious drop?
Yeah, I'll pull a Joe Biden. Shh, the border's closed. The border is closed, okay? That's why you're having this happen. Look, the Department of Justice and the FBI have been doing amazing work busting fentanyl organizations and cartels and doing everything that they can to make our streets and our cities safer and to save lives. That's what this is all about. And so I think with that, and of course, shutting down the border, getting rid of TPS, getting rid of all these other things that the prior auto pen administration, as I like to call it now, has been doing, I think it's a 180. President Trump ran on securing the border, and of course, promises made, promises kept.
And the White House has unveiled a new portrait of President Donald Trump. Let's bring up the image if we can. I know he still looks pretty fierce in the picture. There it is, a little bit different to the one that was put up during his inauguration. But Josh, can I get your reaction to it?
I like it, but for my money, I want the fist in the air and the fight.
It's iconic.
I think that's so representative of President Trump, of America, of this new resurgence in patriotism, and of course, the oncoming golden age, which will start probably, in my estimation, around mid-November of this year. But watch out, January, February of 2026, America's economy will be the greatest in history. $14 trillion worth of investment coming in. I can't wait.
Broadcaster and commentator Josh Bernstein, thank you so much for joining us on Power Hour. Great to speak with you.
Thank you. Anytime, any topic.